Hi, in this video we would be discussing about IPMAT, that is Integrated Program in Management Aptitude Test 2018 offered by IIM Indore. This program is one of the most sought management program for undergraduate level in India. There are very few programs in India that offers 5-year integrated program for management, and out of which IIM Indore is one among the best program. Undoubtedly, out of all 20 IIMs in India, IIM Indore is the only campus that provides this particular program for undergraduates. This year, the exam have total 100 questions divided among 3 sections. Last year, this paper was divided into 2 sections, that is 60 questions in quantitative ability and 40 in verbal ability. However, this year, there is a bifurcation of quantitative section. That is, you have 40 questions in quantitative ability, which would be MCQs. 20 questions are short answers, or should I say fill-in questions, okay, with 20 questions, and 40 questions of verbal ability. That makes up to 100 questions and 3 sections in this particular paper. Last year, there were 4 to 5 questions of non-MCQ or short answers, which were the part of quantitative ability section. However, this year they have divided total 20 questions into 40 minutes time and another section. So, in total 100 questions to be answered in 120 minutes of time, 40 minutes given to each and every section. Note down, it's an online format. Paper also gives an online calculator with basic functions for the calculations. However, you should have a better speed and accuracy to solve this kind of paper. Students would be offered 4 marks for every correct answer and -1 for every incorrect. However, the short answers question of quantitative ability, that is 20 questions, will not attract any negative markings. Now, let us discuss about the eligibility of the examination. Any general candidate or an OBC candidate must have 60% in the 10th as well as 12th exam to appear for this particular exam. Apart from that, SC and ST candidates definitely have benefits, that is around 55% marks in 10th and 12th. Apart from this marks eligibility, there is something called age eligibility attached to this. Any general candidate must have the age of 20 years as on 31st July 2018, whereas SC/ST candidates would definitely have an advantage of 2 years extra, that is 22 years as on 31st July 2018. Now, let us move towards the major topics or the subjects that you have to study for this particular exam. You can clearly see in the table, majority of the questions out of 40 questions in verbal ability are vocabulary based, that is 16 to 18 questions are based on vocabulary. It can be synonym, antonyms, or usage of vocabulary. The other heavy weightage is nothing but your reading comprehension. Last year there were 2 passages divided into 12 questions, around 300 to 350 words. Next is grammar, 6 to 8 questions, and verbal reasoning around 5 to 6 questions. So, grammar and verbal reasoning has approximately equal weightage and makes up to 40 questions to be answered in 40 minutes of time. If you see the quantitative ability sections, there are 2 specific sections given to this particular topic. 40 questions are MCQs and 20 questions are short answer questions. However, there are certain topics that are very important for both of these sections. Let's see them. Basic arithmetic like percentage, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, ratio proportion, time and work, time speed distance. These particular topics have approximately 5 to 6 questions. Apart from that, advanced arithmetic like progressions, permutation, combinations, probability, set theory, logarithm, these are specific questions around 6 to 8 in numbers. Basic algebra like linear equations, quadratic equations, problem on ages are 6 to 8 questions, whereas higher algebra has around 8 to 10 questions in the numbers. Geometry, mensurations, trigo, coordinate geometry around 8 to 10 questions. Few questions are also based on higher maths which a student have already studied in 11th and 12th. maybe a couple of questions from integration and differentiation also. 8 to 10 questions in total for higher mathematics. Data interpretation can have around couple of sets from maybe line graph, bar graph, pie charts or mixed graphs also. 5 to 6 questions for DI, as well as certain type of questions which cannot be classified into some or the other topics are 8 to 10 in numbers, should I say miscellaneous questions. As told to you before, these 60 questions would be definitely divided into 40 questions and 20 questions respectively. However, we cannot right now tell you what would be the exact division of these particular questions. Now, the aptitude test is not the only deciding factor whether a students will make it to the IIM Indore program. However, the admission process is divided into two stages. The first stage, obviously aptitude test as described before. Second is your personality test, which consists of major 2 rounds, which is VAT, written ability test, followed by personal interviews. Now, IIM Indore takes a composite score out of all the factors involved. First, the aptitude test, which is calculated by giving different weightages to all the 3 sections. Let's see the formula how ATS, that is aptitude test score, is calculated for IPM. The first section, quantitative ability with MCQs, 30% weightage is totally given to this particular section, whereas quantitative ability short answer section have 35% weightage and verbal ability have 35% weightage. Now, in every section, the weightages are then multiplied with the difference of the candidate score and the minimum score of all scores in that particular section, divided by the difference of the maximum score and minimum scores in that particular section. Thus, all the 3 scores of the sections are obtained, and finally, after adding up, they get aptitude test score out of 100. Now, for securing the final admission, a student must appear for written ability test as well as personal interview. Written ability test has 15% weightage from the composite score, whereas personal interview has 35% weightage. Apart from these 2 factors, 50% weightage is given to the aptitude test score, which makes a total composite score of 100 marks. The last date to apply is 18th April 2018. Please note, the results for this particular exam would be declared in the last week of May, and the next phase, that is personality test, the students may have to appear for personal interview and VAT, would happen in the first week of June. So, as soon as you are done with your exam, start preparing for personal interviews and wait, and do not wait for results, because you will not have much time to prepare for your personality test. One more important thing about IPM AT 2018 is it's an open examination. That is, it is open for all the stream, be it a student from arts, commerce or a science background. Each and everyone can apply, provided it meets the age and marks eligibility criteria. Make sure you reach at least an hour before the exam time on the exam date, and please carry your ID proof for the exam. Hope that the information provided in this video was helpful to you. In case you have any queries regarding IPM AT 2018, you can post in the comment section below. For more such videos, you can like and subscribe this particular channel. Please keep a watch on all the important dates regarding IPM 2018. Wish you all the best for the admission year 2018.